Hello and welcome to 10 Minute Fringe. I am here with Katherine Bourne Taylor of Up Orphan Annie, which is coming to the Edinburgh Fringe. It's at the Hollywood Fringe now, but baby, it's sold out. How you doing,
Hey.
Katherine? So let's do the quick pitch. What's the quick pitch on Up Orphan Annie?
Grown-up Orphan Annie is an absurdist character comedy about the world's favorite orphan whose life has not gone the way she hoped it would or believes she deserves. So if you want to see what a child star turned adult has been up to, who's also an iconic character, you should come to Grown-up Orphan Annie.
Absolutely. I heard some keywords included billionaire and whale, and I'm like, now we're talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Annie has a goal to find a new sidekick. That's sort of one of the through lines of the show. And
Sure, of course.
it's a little bit of a spoiler, but the sidekick she has in mind is a very famous orca whale. So it
It
comes.
kind of I mean, it's kind of the most intuitive way to go, and I understand that you probably put a fun spin on it, but of course there would be a whale in your Orphan Annie show.
She has only had animal sidekicks,
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
So
true, I forgot
I don't know
about
why she
Cindy.
would think about like an actual human because humans are quite. Annie has a lot of trouble with real humans. Actually, she finds them hard to connect to, but she desperately wants to. And
She and I
so,
have that in common in that
yeah,
way.
yeah, she really, really wants people to like her, but is all the tactics she's using are ones that worked for her as a child that are not translating to her adult peers. So, yeah.
So I must know why on earth this is the show that came to you. Do you have a connection to Annie? Are you just excited about what happens to child stars?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's your problem?
What's your trauma that
Mhm.
you're unpacking? Well, I've actually been performing this character through like sketches and kind of variety shows for the last 7 years or so.
Oh, amazing.
So it's a character that I know very, very well. I've performed her in Dallas and in Chicago and in Los Angeles, usually at like random weird cabarets over bars. But she was always a way for me to work out things in my life that I needed to work out. So she's kind of my clown in that
Yeah.
way. And she also has become sort of an example of what I'm afraid of becoming. Not that I'm a child star, but like someone who has like a hyper fixation on being liked, someone who really has to micromanage every moment to like make it seem organic and seem like off the cuff, but it's actually anything but.
Mhm.
So yeah, I knew it was time to create a full show of her. And luckily I have a couple years of material to pull from. So I was able to think like, okay, what are like the things that I really want to make sure I hit? And then the structure sort of built around those beats that I knew I wanted to have.
Amazing. I love it. I can't wait. So are you where does your performing background come from? What have you been doing? Like, are you
Oh,
acting, a comedian, or what?
yeah, I mean, I come from an acting background. I went the BFA route in college, all that jazz. Yeah, and then I mean, I've been acting since I was like 12 years old. I used to do community theater in Seattle where I was raised. Never was Annie though. Never played
Mm.
Annie.
And it doesn't sound like that stuck with you at all, that fact.
It
And
doesn't seem like that's something that has affected me, no.
okay.
Um, no, I actually the idea for Grown Up Orphan Annie came to me when I was, like, 23 years old, and I really kind of was I think I was backstage at a show, and I was like, "You know what? I don't think I think that that is something that is, like, past the, like, window of opportunity for me." At
Mhm.
23, there like, opportunities are endless, right? Like, the world is your oyster,
Mhm.
but Annie was not. JK, 'cause I made I made
You
it.
did it. You made your opportunity to play Annie.
LOL.
Incredible. So Fringe, have you done Fringe before? Why did you wanna do Edinburgh? Like, what's the path been like?
So Hollywood Fringe is my first Fringe festival ever, and then you and I are gonna be at Edinburgh together, which is so
Sure are.
exciting, go to Balloon. Um, So actually, I first decided to do the Hollywood Fringe, and then around March realized that I really wanted to do Edinburgh as
Mm.
well. And then it kind of became like a full-on sprint to this moment. Yeah, it's really funny how it didn't this was not like the plan a year ago. And I wish it had been because honestly, I would have had more time to like save money for it.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, it's a lot, huh?
It's a lot, period, and I'm really glad we're doing it. Like,
Mhm.
it's absolutely gonna be worth it, and as soon as that door sort of opened of the possibility of doing Edinburgh, I realized that that is very much what I wanted and what I needed to do.
Mhm.
But it's yeah, it's overwhelming, and I think it'll continue being overwhelming when we get
Mhm.
there, right?
Oh, probably, but accents. So, it'll be fine. So when you talk about Edinburgh being a thing you wanna do, I mean, you're a character comedian, clearly that it is sort of the obvious step. Are you what are you excited about for Edinburgh? What are you hoping to get out of it?
I'm really excited to show this character in this show to people who don't have, like, already have a relationship with me, or
Mhm.
an idea of, like, who Katherine is. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm excited to see how it kind of there's a lot of, like, I'm realizing American pop culture references, like millennial references, and
Mhm.
I'm honestly curious to see how that plays with an international audience. I
Mhm.
think Annie is, like, internationally known, but I'm on Twitter, I'm like, "Does anyone know, what Free Willy is in Europe? Is that, like, a thing that
Oh,
people
yeah, that's very specific.
what about this? What about this?" So I'm changing and morphing the show during Hollywood Fringe. Every show is a little different, and I'm kind of assuming that Edinburgh is gonna be the same, just based on information I get. So the hope is that
Yeah.
at the end of Edinburgh, I have a show that I can, use to travel the world, that I can use to, like, pop into a city every now and then and do my show. That's, like, the dream for me.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so excited for you.
I'm
I
excited for
I
you too. I'm excited
I
for us.
yeah. I have heard I think that, like, in terms of Edinburgh audiences, somebody told me that some of them are quieter, they, like, listen, they really enjoy it, but they listen, or maybe that was Scandinavia. Anyway, so just, all crowds are different. I used to tour in, the US, and it like, from state to state, the way people audiences appreciate things are different. Like, Oregon, everybody's very quiet and polite. Seattle, people are yelling. It's just like a
That is
weird.
so interesting, and that's
Yeah.
good to hear because even with the Hollywood Fringe shows, audiences are gonna be different, and mine is so, like, audience interactive
Mhm.
that it you do have to get yourself in a mindset beforehand of, like, audiences are just different. Doesn't mean that
Yeah.
mean anything else. It doesn't mean anything else.
It's the thing I definitely have to tell myself of, like, just do the show regardless of how loud they're laughing. Just
Just do the
keep
show.
going. Keep telling jokes. Um, so
Never
so,
stop.
um, do you have a team involved? Has this been a collaborative process? I know solo shows have there is a lot on you, but there also is a lot sometimes you bring folks in for.
Yeah, I, am self-producing, and then I also have one more producer, DJ Taylor, who's also my husband. But it's just the 2 of us.
Amazing.
We are the team. Yeah, that's the
Is
answer.
DJ coming with you to Edinburgh too?
Yeah,
Oh, amazing. That'll
it's
be nice
great.
to not be all alone.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I told him, I was like, "I need someone who can just, like, go run to a drugstore and pick up this, like, random thing when I have to be somewhere else." Stuff like that, like, having someone is gonna make all the difference in the world.
100%, 100%. Um, tell me, what do you want people to get out of this show?
I want people to feel I want people to laugh, but I also really want people to walk away feeling a bit more grace for others' eccentricities and their
Mm,
own eccentricities. And hopefully through this show, the veil is sort of stripped away in terms of why someone might be acting the way they are. And everyone has a story behind
yeah.
why they're behaving a certain way. And I think I think we could all extend a little more grace to each other at all points in time right now. And I
Yeah.
hope that people walk away just with a little more awareness that that eccentricities and the things that might make someone unbearable, uh, they're still worth investing in.
I love that. Well, tell us where to see your show, when it's happening, how
Mhm.
to see your show,
Yeah,
what to see
so we
your show.
have 2 more shows at the Hollywood Fringe. We're at the Broadwater. Right now we are sold out, but there is a wait list, and we have had, like, a couple no-shows, so there's a really good chance that, like, if you're waiting by, you might get in.
Mhm.
And then we will be at, Gilded Balloon Patterhouse the entire month of August in Edinburgh, Scotland. We are at 6:20 PM. I would love it if people came. It would just make
Amazing.
me so happy.
Well, folks, don't you want to make grown-up Orphan Annie happy? I think you
You wanna
do.
make me happy? Don't you want to do something positive for someone else? Yeah?
Come on.
Great. Come to my
Yeah,
show.
absolutely. And on that really healthy note, I think we will.
I fell into Annie there. That's
I was very good. It was compelling and I liked it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Katherine. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We will see you next time.
Thanks for doing this.